Alright, so let's talk about Benedict's reagent. And Benedict's reagent is kind of an interesting one because it's a test for sugars. Basically what it does is it reacts with the aldehydes. Now we've actually talked about this in a previous video. It will react with both the aldoses and the ketoses. So why would the ketose react if it's specific to the aldehydes? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So what happens with Benedict's reagent? Get that pen up and running. Is that we have our aldehyde and we have two things in solution. First of all, we have copper plus 2, and this is going to be our oxidizing agent. It's going to get reduced by the aldehyde. The second is that we're going to have a base. Now we only want mildly basic conditions, so something like sodium citrate is a good thing to use for this because the sodium citrate is a weak base and it'll give us slight concentrations of hydroxide. And what we'll ultimately produce from this is the carboxylic acid, in this case, copper 1 oxide, so the Cu2O. Now this is going to crash out of solution and give us a nice bright color, bright orange color. So a test positive here is going to be seeing a conversion of our clear solution, the copper 2 plus, actually it's not going to be clear. Copper plus 2 solution is going to be blue. That solution is going to turn brown in the presence, brown or orange in the presence of this copper 2. So how do we get that this is also going to react with the ketoses if it's the aldehyde functionality that does this? Well, we can actually get a fair degree of isomerization to make this happen. So you're going to see these mechanisms in my online notes, but basically we get a lot of rearrangement and tautomerization to drive this aldehyde, the ketone, to a terminal aldehyde, albeit very briefly. Now, this is done through exchange with the solvent. This is helped quite a bit by the hydroxide being placed in solution. But ultimately we get the same reaction. We end up getting a terminal carboxylic acid when we're done. I know they're all terminal, but you know what I mean. It's going to be on the top end of the chain. But here again, your Benedict's solution, your copper plus 2 and your weakly basic conditions under high heat will be a test positive for these types of sugars because you'll end up seeing the solution go from blue to a nice light orange color.